Hi there, I'm Dr. Tonya Harris Cornelius. Welcome to this week's aha moment. This week I am doing something a little different. I haven't done before. I hope that you will enjoy it. First of all, I'm talking on the topic of creating your aha life. So often you've heard me talk about your aha life. And I talk about it's a life of enlightenment that leads to more joy, more purpose, and more fulfillment. And yes, who wouldn't want that? So we all want that. But what I realized is for many, that just sounds like a really good concept, if nothing more. It is about putting that into practice, into a real and tangible way in your life so that you are actually living your aha life. And I realize as I look back through a lot of my posts, a lot of my blog articles, as well as, well, maybe I do talk about it more in my blog articles, kind of the how to. But certainly in these aha moments, which are meant to be bite sized tips to help you live your aha life, I realize that in all honesty, I've talked about your aha life in a very conceptual way, and I want to change that today. So, today, I want to actually walk you through the process of how you can create your own aha life because your aha life is just that it's yours. It is a personal expression of your life. I don't have your same experiences just as you don't have mine. And what more joy, more purpose, and more fulfillment means to you is different than what it might mean to another person. So let's focus in on what does living your aha life really mean and how can you create it? Okay, let's get started. So I created a printable guide for you to use to do this exercise and to follow along with me. I hope that you find it helpful. It's the first time I've done it. It's a link in the description of this video. So find that, click on it, and a form will come up. You can download that into a PDF file and print it out and use that. I hope that that's helpful. So let's get started. There are 4 important questions that I call the cornerstone questions to creating your aha life. And when you have the answers to these questions, I believe they create such clarity for you. And then you live in alignment with those answers. And that is how your aha life actually moves from a concept to something that is real and tangible, your lived experience. And so these 4 questions are super important. So let's go right there. Question number 1. Who am I? Yeah, this is the big question that we always see and find difficulty answering at times. But when you answer this question, I want you to think in terms of not only the roles that you play in life, but also your essence. Like, who are you at the core? And so you may think about like how you show up in the world. How do other people experience you, and how do they describe you? So, for example, I am a mother. I'm a learner and teacher at heart. I'm also an introvert and highly reflective. I'm a social activist. I'm fiercely loyal as a friend. I am goal oriented and I can be somewhat reserved. So, those are some of the descriptors, and you'll see that there are roles and then there are qualities and that reflect essence. And so think about that as you answer question number 1. Question number 2 is really about your values. What are my core values? Now, we all operate from a set of values. We don't always know them explicitly. We don't always bring them to our consciousness, but I'm asking you to bring them to your consciousness. Now, there are hundreds of values that you can choose from, but we generally operate from a core set. And so you might list 10 or 15 values, and then I'd like you to narrow those down to your top 5. Those are what your core values are, and they play prominently in your life. Our values reflect our belief system. They reflect how we make decisions and how we behave and show up in the world. So they're super important. I've also done an aha moment previously on how to define or identify your core values. I hope you'll take a look at that video as well. Question number three. Question number three has to do with, what are my gifts and talents? This is also inclusive of your acquired knowledge and skills. Over your lifetime, your learning, your experiences all contribute to your knowledge and skills. But then you also have some natural abilities, these natural gifts and talents that you have that people seek you out for. And also, altogether, your knowledge and skills, your natural gifts and talents, what is it that you are doing generally that you kind of just lose track of time because you just enjoy it so much? Make sure those are on your list as well. Natural gifts and talents. And then the last question, question number four, we don't always ask ourselves this question, but it does play prominently in our lives, and is, who am I here to serve? And certainly this is about legacy. This is about what footprint do you want to leave behind once you are even gone from the world. What do you want people to say about you? And it's not just about going from the world. When you leave an organization, when you even leave an outing with a group of friends, what do you want people to know about you? But this is big. This is about legacy, as I said. And so who am I here to serve? This, of course, people usually start with their families, and that's understandable. And beyond your families, who are the people or groups of people or causes that are near and dear to your heart that you want to serve, and you use your discretionary time to make better in some way? So those are the four questions. Who am I? What are my core values? What are my gifts and talents? And who am I here to serve? And now that you've answered all of those four questions, what I would ask you to do then is just read those answers, sit with them, reflect on them for a while. And, maybe there are some surprises or ahas in those answers, but that's great too. At least now that these things are becoming more conscious to you, and you're becoming more aware of them, because that is the enlightenment of the aha life. But once you have those answers, then the next step is to describe or define or create what your aha life means to you. This is where you get to move your aha life from a concept to something that is real and tangible, that you actively live out every single day of your life. And once you do that, make sure in your description also that you include elements of the answers to those four questions, so that there is congruence and alignment between those answers and your description of what your aha life really is. And then lastly, starting today, take steps to do something every day that brings your aha life to life. So what will you do today that is reflective of the way you have described your aha life? That's how you move your aha life from a concept to something that is real. And that's pretty exciting. So that's it for this week. Again, I wanted to do something different and not just talk about your aha life as a wonderful concept, but that is something that is actually real and tangible. And I hope that this was helpful. If it was, I'd love for you to, give the video, first of all, a thumbs up, leave a comment in the comments box down below, or even send me an email at Tonya@yourahalife.com. I'd love to hear from you. And so, that's it. I'll be back next week with another aha moment. I'm Tonya Harris Cornelius, and I wish you more joy, more purpose, and more fulfillment. I wish you your aha life.